Hey blessedies, happy Monday. My blessedies, my friends, my family, and everyone in between. I love Mondays. I actually do. We had a good weekend, okay? We were able to visit another church here in our town, and so that was kind of refreshing to do something a little different. Hopefully we'll be back at our church either this Tuesday or Sunday. So I'm on my way to the gym. Okay, you got to work that body out. You got to move your bodies. Okay. And I just wanted to do just like a little recap of the things that I do to lose weight and maintain it. Okay, y'all. It is March 3rd or 4th. Let's see what. So it's March 3rd, and yeah, it's time. You know, if you are one that, you know, you wish that once it comes summertime, you're like, man, I should have been doing something in the winter, in the fall, in the winter, and the spring to lose some weight. It's not too late. You can still do it. I mean, what I do is I eat once a day. I eat one meal a day. Okay, y'all? You just don't know. I know you have noticed that, you know, the days go by real quick. Okay? Time is not waiting for nobody. Okay? And time is not going to wait for you to get hungry again either. Okay? It really doesn't. So, I eat when I get hungry. Okay? So that's one thing. So I'm practicing eating when I am hungry. Okay, let's just say it like that. All this is a practice, y'all. I have not mastered it, okay? But I'm doing fairly well, and I'm surprising myself on how well I'm doing, you know? And I believe it's with the Lord's help, for real. Because I have cried out to the Lord about, you know, my body image, my temple, and how it looks and how it should be looking, okay? And so I believe that He has helped me really have self-control and discipline in my new eating habits. And so only eating when you're hungry, okay? And then also, here are some other things that you could do. No snacking. We're not snacking on cakes and all this and that, and so that includes sugars. Yes, we have to decrease the amount of sugars that we're eating. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to have something, and if you're like you're a sugar eater, okay? And there's no doubt about that. Okay, let's just try eating a treat, a dessert, a quality dessert once a week. Okay, let's try that. If you just have to have sugar, just try eating one dessert a week. And so that's that. And then another thing is no fast food. We're not going through the fast food lines. We're not going through the drive-through lines. No, we're not. So let's just save some money and stop going to fast food. A lot of these, all of these recipes, your favorite recipes, you could make at home and even better. Okay? Just go to TikTok or go to YouTube and you can find a recipe real quick, real fast. And another thing is we're not eating late at night. Okay? We're not eating at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. Okay? If you can help it, if you have a regular schedule, we're not just gonna say, okay, well, can't sleep, so I'm got to put something on my stomach to get me to sleep. No, you don't have to. Make you some sleepy tea, make you, some more milk or something like that. However old school remedies for sleep, a sleep aid, just go to sleep. Your body needs that empty space, okay, to heal, to rejuvenate, to restore. So that's why we don't want to sleep with a heavy stomach, and so those are a couple things that we can utilize to jumpstart that weight loss, y'all, and for it to stay gone. And so I've been so surprised with my body that, my husband and I, we are setting a new tradition. I don't know if it's temporary or what, but I said, you gotta start taking me out on dates, okay? I'm in a time where I want to get out and go on dates, you know. For a moment, we considered, you know, just chilling in our home, in our bedroom, and that just being our put on a good movie, and that being our date, ordering food in and stuff like that. But, you know, things change. So I want to go out and I want to be, you know, dined, darling. And so and so once a week he takes me out on an actual date. We go to a restaurant, we sit in, we get dressed up and all of that, and so we're dating. And so at that date, that's where we will share a dessert. Sometimes we share a meal, depends on what restaurant we go to. And why did I even say that? Y'all? But anyway, yeah, so that's what we do. And so that would be my out to eat treat, that would be my sweet treat for the week and stuff like that. I was saying I was surprised with my body. And so when we started this, y'all, I said, oh my goodness, I am going to gain some weight back. This is crazy. Although this would be like each week we go out, that would be my meal of the day, obviously, right? And so, but still, I'm like, man, so I know some of this food is going to be processed and it's not going to be home cooked. And, you know, oh my gosh, I know a lot of these restaurants have bread for appetizers, or, you know, and I like bread, y'all. Especially that restaurant bread, the rolls and stuff like that. But anyway, I said, man, I'm about to get off my grind here, okay? But I was so surprised that, you know, the next morning after going on that date with my husband, I was still maintaining my weight. It wasn't crazy, okay? It wasn't crazy off kilter. And so that gave me, that was a good sign to me that, you know, what I'm doing, my body has adjusted to it. And my body is actually taking me seriously. That what we're doing now, this is what it is, and this is where we're gonna be, okay? And so y'all, eating once a day is not that bad. Like I said, before you know it, it's gonna be nighttime. By the time you actually wait until you're hungry, until your stomach is growling, and you have your meal, you're gonna feel your body digesting that meal for hours, okay? For hours, between 4 and 8 hours, depending on your activity, your level of activity, you know. And so by time, you know, it's gonna be time for you to go to bed, you know, and go to bed, wake up different each morning, okay, y'all? It's not, look, this is what I said to my husband. We were talking about a family member and whether they are actually, you know, sticking with the diet that they claim that they are on. And I'm like, look, losing weight is basic math, okay? It's not algebra. It's not some type of geometry, trigonometry. It's not that. It's basic math, okay? And so if you put less crap in, then you're gonna have less crap out, okay? You're gonna gain less weight, okay? You're gonna stop gaining weight, okay? If you're actually eating this type of diet, your body is gonna show it, okay? Period, point blank, all right? And so if you're eating once a day, if you're eating a nice meal, okay, you're not going to be eating the calories that you should be eating, but you should be eating full. The calories that you eat should be intentional calories, though, okay? And so I'm talking about like Brussels sprouts; those get you full. I'm talking about rice. That gets you full. I'm talking about chicken breasts. Those get you full. I'm talking about